Man, myth, legend, and now monster? A big what's up to everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Vincent K. McMahon, infamously known as Mr. McMahon, is the subject of a new Netflix documentary which looks to spell out the story of his life, explain the rise of his wrestling empire, and undoubtedly will touch on the recent allegations brought against him that rocked the wrestling world only a few months ago. Ahead of the documentary's release, which happened today, I wanted to know what wrestling fans thought of the former WWE CEO. More specifically, do these allegations presented tarnishes his legacy moving forward? So in pure YouTubian fashion, guess what I did? I went out to my nearest wrestling event in the area and asked a few questions. Here's what Bulls had to say. Roll the clips.
He's a GOAT. He handed it off to Triple H, Triple H is doing great. Vinny's always, the man. He's always going to be the man. It's like his presence will always have a factor on the company, Even now that he's not really in there anymore, he's always still going to be there.
The information about Vince McMahon has been around forever. I think as a human being, probably not the best human being, but you can't argue with the fact that he revolutionized the business. He took it from, in my opinion, when it was better, it was a small territorial-based phenomenon. Lots of guys and gals made their living in wrestling, and he turned it into this multi-global, national, mega entity. So you can't argue with what he accomplished business-wise. Brilliant businessman, human being. The jury's out, and that's being generous.
I think, you have to give him his due as a promoter, but as a person, he's a horrible person, and if he's guilty of all this, he has to pay for it. It's just, there's no way around it. It's awful allegations, and I'm glad he's no longer involved in wrestling.
Honestly, kind of does in my opinion, because all the things that they're talking about, it's not good for the wrestling business at all. But you can't knock what he did, He was a great entrepreneur, he's a great owner, until obviously these things are coming out.
The allegations has nothing to do with his legacy. He created one of the best things to ever create. He created a WWE community. You got to respect what Vince has done. But lately, you got to give your crown to Triple H. Giving him that opportunity, Vince giving him the opportunity is one of his best decisions he ever made for the WWE.
It doesn't strip his legacy completely, but it just sounds crazy, all the allegations that's being hit. But honestly, Vince McMahon, he a little weird though. He a little sus. But he did an amazing job in his time.
He's history. If everything comes to light, there's a lot of stories from female performers, girls that did some stuff overseas when they did their Tribute to the Troop show. You might know the article on Ashley Mazzaro, what happened with her. That was a little iffy. McMahon, I don't know if he covered that up. Might have paid her millions of dollars to cover it up. No? Yeah, it's crazy.
Boom. Vince, he's cooked. I ain't gonna lie, he's cooked. I ain't gonna fry. I don't think his legacy is tarnished, all for the simple fact that he passed the company down to Triple H, for me. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna carry on. The WWE is always gonna be a thing. For me, it's always gonna be alive. They got the Netflix deal. Shit, he gonna even have the little series happening on Wednesday, right? Entertaining, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think WWE is tarnished. I think for sure him, though. I don't think that you're not gonna ever see him on WWE again. You know what I'm saying? He's cooked.
Yeah, I think so. I've never been a fan of the guy, to be honest. Growing up, I thought he was amazing, entertaining, but now that I've grown up and learned the type of person he is, him and Trump are kind of one and the same person, and to me, fuck you. Sorry if you're involved in any of that or doing any of the sick shit. He's always done sick shit involved in wrestling. I still feel a little weird kind of supporting WWE because it's Triple H, but I think it's just a totally different regime now, so I feel more I just enjoy it more.
They need to take him out, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Take him out. He don't need to be the number one. He's the founder, or is he running that shit?
Don't his check to me.
He's the CEO. He needs to get out of here, bro. He's too old for this shit, anyways. He need to put someone else at this point. He has so much shit in his background. I don't fuck with a lot, so he need to get out of there. And he's still doing shady shit to this day, so they need to pack him out.
Strictly for what he did in the business. You can't talk about wrestling without talking about Vince McMahon, but the human being is repulsive and disgusting, much like all of our favorite wrestlers growing up. I think it's a smart move considering they had that footage to make a documentary about him, kind of praising him. I think the documentary serves to wedge a divide between the WWE, Netflix, away from Vince McMahon. I think the WWE's finally done answering all questions about Vince, and they just want to rip off the Band-Aid, and I think this documentary serves to highlight that.
Yep, this joint definitely is on here. It's the first thing that I saw when I put on Netflix. So let me know in the comment sections what you think. Do these allegations tarnish his legacy? Will you be watching the documentary? If you already watched the documentary, let me know what you think. It definitely shall be entertaining. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel so inclined, my brothers and sisters. I'll talk to you next time. Peace.